Hello everybody and welcome back for some weekly VR news. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today's video is absolutely jam-packed with new game information, and actually one of these stories is a dream come true for me. I can't wait to dive into that. There's also some new hardware out there that we have to check out, so this is going to be a really packed video. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. I've been using one of these guys for over a year now and I absolutely love it. I used to have that bulky old school wallet that you could barely fit in your pants, but not this. Super sleek, takes all your credit cards, got a slot for money, fits right in your pocket, and it even has a tracker if you're one of those people who keeps losing track of these things. Ridge has also recently added a massive array of new styles, plus additional accessories like rings and keychain holders. Here's a link in the description if you want to check these out, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 10% off. Okay, so let's start off like normal with the check-in, and that's what exactly have I been up to in the VR world, and I'm happy to report I kind of built my own full body tracking system. I'll be discussing that later on, but one of the things that annoyed me is, especially if you have a 7-piece or even higher piece tracking suit, is you gotta Velcro all those different straps onto you. This is actually a shirt and a pair of pants that you just put on and you're pretty much good to go. So I'm happy to show that off in the future video, which I don't know when it'll be. I'm still working out some kinks. Now, besides that, I still play Asgard's Wrath every single day. I'm loving the crap out of that game still. And I'm also looking into more experiences with the UEVR mod. You guys know I wasn't super excited about it. I describe it as not being for me. Amazing mod, but just not for me. I haven't seen the experiences that blow me away just yet, but I'm trying more and more. And if I find any that I love, I will definitely report on it. And I'm still playing around with the Nofio index adapter. If anything changes on that front, I'll tell you guys too. Now that's the check-in. Let's move on to new releases and game updates, all that information. But I have to say, I actually missed 2 games that released last week because last week's news was absolutely huge too. It was like a 15-minute video and they got cut. So let's talk about those now, starting with Crumbling. Crumbling is a unique roguelike experience that brings you back to the days of playing with action figures. Go ahead and rip your favorite character out of the box and then battle through an onslaught of plastic monsters. The storyline of Crumbling is also delivered in these really cute animated comic book style cutscenes. And the action includes everything from jumping into battle as a knight with sword and shield, a shaman wielding magic, or even a blaster toting gunslinger. Crumbling's been on my radar for quite a while and I really need to jump in and check out this game. And the other release that snuck by last week was Hunt Together. This unique ghost hunting experience features both 1v1 duel modes, where one player is a hunter and the other a ghost, and they're both competing to eliminate each other. There's also a 1v3 hide and seek mode, which is designed to challenge your perceptiveness and overall courage. The overall mechanics look truly unique as the hunter has an array of different tools to both locate and eliminate the ghost entity, while at the same time that spirit is building up more and more power and trying to jump scare the other player into oblivion. Now this is another game I'm yet to experience, but the initial reviews are looking pretty positive. Now unfortunately, I don't have any new releases to go over for this week, but I still have 10 additional game stories to go over, including new release dates and plenty of updates. So let's not waste any time and move right into the fast-paced shooter Dead Hook making its way onto multiple new platforms. Starting on February 8th, Steam, Pico, and PlayStation VR 2 owners will finally get access to this Doom-inspired roguelike arena shooter that features some crazy grappling hook action. Now, I played a fairly good amount of this game on the Quest and also tried a demo for pcvr, and as much as I enjoyed it, it just failed to suck me in long term. The action definitely delivers. It's brutal and fast-paced, just how I enjoy my games, but for whatever reason, my overall interest waned rather quickly on this title. But let's move into an even more exciting release, and that's Ghost of Tabor coming to the official Meta store. Also coming on February 8th, I expect this new release will bring plenty of questers to VR's #1 extraction shooter. Ghost of Tabor currently has a near cult-like following, and the fact that the game already made $10 million on pcvr alone is extremely impressive. So if you enjoy games like Escape from Tarkov but want to try them in VR, go check out Ghost of Tabor. Now, if shooters aren't your style and you prefer to be a superhero, Project Demigod is also coming to the official Meta store. It features physics-driven comic book style battles in a large open city-themed sandbox. Designed to be the ultimate superhero experience, there's powers like flying, web swinging, super strength, plus magic and melee combat abilities. In total, there's 40 different power combinations, so you should be able to create the superhero of your dreams. Now, if you prefer your games are closer to reality, Lawn Mowing Simulator is coming to the Quest next month. Alright, let's pause for a second here, guys. Don't kill the messenger or explain to me why my opinion's wrong on this one, but Lawn mowing and things like power washing, those are chores. Why do people want to do them in virtual reality? I get to do them in real life. They're not fun there. Maybe it's a little bit more fun because you don't actually have to do any physicality to the work, but why are we mowing the lawn and power washing things in VR or in video games? I don't get it, guys. I know people love these titles. They have great reviews, but I'm missing something, or there's a piece of my personality or whatever it may be that just really can't get into these titles. If you enjoy them, let me know why down in the comments. Now, a lot of people got excited for Power Wash Simulator, and I saw tons of comments on this when this got announced. And I'm just sitting here scratching my head going, I don't get it. So please enlighten me. Thank you, guys. Now, moving into a release that I'm actually excited for, we have the platformer Max Mustard. This is from the same studio that gave us Richie's Plank Experience, and an App Lab beta version will be released in February, followed by the full release in March. Now, between Moss and Astrobot, I've absolutely fallen in love with platformers in VR, but I'm just not sure yet if Max will be as lovable as characters from those other games, or if there'll be any mechanics that help this title stand out. I'm highly optimistic though, as Richie's Plank Experience did deliver something unique, and I hope the studio's talents will come through in their next game. Now, our final release date story is for Titanic: A Space Between. This time-traveling horror thriller is releasing on the Meta Quest on February 14th, and at a later date on pcvr and PlayStation VR 2. The game has you traveling back in time to track down a passenger on the Titanic, but unfortunately you arrive a bit too late, and the ship is already sinking. Now, it looks like things only get creepier and more mysterious from there, so if you're a bit of a coward, you might want to avoid this game, but I'll try to man up, jump in, and let you guys know what I think. Now, that right there was the release date updates, and let's move into some really cool updates, starting with Synth Riders getting yet another new soundtrack. Electric Swing Essentials 2 is out now, and it adds 4 free tracks and 5 paid songs. Now, if you're somehow not familiar with Synth Riders, it's a fantastic rhythm game that some prefer over Beat Saber. Rather than slicing blocks, you're moving your hands to track orbs, and it kind of naturally just gets you dancing. Now, what I actually prefer about Synth Riders is some of their custom-made virtual experiences that basically turns into the ultimate blend of psychedelic visuals with a pumping soundtrack. But if you don't care about rhythm games and only want updates to your favorite shooter, Population 1 has some big ones coming. Right now, Teams of 6 Legion mode is currently running, but on February 8th, there'll be a brand new event. Big Box is currently playtesting some major gameplay updates, like a brand new map and gameplay modes. Now, they haven't made any public announcements regarding those updates just yet, nor do we know what exactly the Statmaster event will bring on February 8th. Regardless, some big updates are coming to Population 1 in the near future. Now, let's start to round out today's video with brand new game announcements, including one story I absolutely cannot wait to talk about. Now, first up though is Epyka. Now, I hope I pronounced that title correctly, but this is a puzzle adventure game that has you stranded on an island with your companion dog. As an archaeologist in search of humanity's first civilization, you actually end up discovering an ancient evil that threatens the whole world. Now, only with the help of your companion will you be able to make it through these magical puzzles and defeat this benevolent force. Now, first impressions here, the game looks cute, but not exactly my style. Regardless, it's something I do want to jump in and at least try. Here it is, guys, the story I've been absolutely dying to talk about, my VR dream come true, and that's the studio Resolution Games is currently working on an officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons game. Information is sparse right now. We don't have a lot of information. I also reached out. They're not giving me any type of inside scoop, unfortunately, but I'll keep begging and asking lots of questions. Now, why is this so important to me? I'm a huge fan of Dungeons & Dragons. I've talked about it many times on the channel. I think VR is the ultimate medium for a true D&D experience. And why Resolution's getting involved makes me so happy is because they made the tabletop game Demigod, which is absolutely fantastic. I love it so much. However, people constantly refer to it as Dungeons & Dragons in VR, and it's just not that. Dungeons & Dragons is about the role playing, jumping into the role, not just the stats, but also trying to physically embody a character that may be, super stealthy or have magical abilities or just a hulking brute, whatever you want to be. And then you get to be silly in game or serious, whatever you want to be. You get to be the wizard, and it's wizard time, mother fireball. For those who haven't played Dungeons & Dragons, it's just a truly unique experience that is almost impossible to describe. It could just be pure stats and you want to do damage and you like the numbers and you like the technical aspect of it, or it can be people who enjoyed theater and want to be a little more silly or very serious. If you've watched shows like Critical Role or even some of the animation that's been done for Dungeons and Dragons lately, it's really exciting. There's been this explosion in Dungeons and Dragons over the past few years. The lore goes on forever. Like, there's so many amazing stories. The Baldur's Gate 3 title just released and has blown everyone's mind away. Like, the numbers of what that game is doing is incredible, how much money it's made, and just how impressive of a title it is. So Dungeons and Dragons can be the ultimate experience, and if they deliver it in VR, I don't care how they do it. If they do a tabletop experience, I can still love it. If they do a first-person experience, there's some really good potential there. You just need the lore and some type of modified system. You don't need the complete rolling system, some type of modified system. Whichever direction they take it, it can be absolutely fantastic. I'm extremely excited for this. I really hope, my expectations, which are up here, don't end up ruining the game for me, but Resolution Games has delivered time and time again. They have so many exciting VR games working with an official license. That's not something D&D gives out lightly. I know Larian Studios was like begging to do the rights for Baldur's Gate 3. So I'm excited here. Can't wait to hear more. It's probably going to be a while, but anytime I have updates on this, I will definitely share them. So now we just have one more story to go over, and that is the brand new Visor headset from Immersed, releasing some pretty cool pricing information. Now, if you're not familiar with the Visor HMD, it's an extremely lightweight headset that looks more like a pair of sunglasses and features 4K micro OLED displays per eye. Now, don't get too excited here because it's designed more for productivity rather than playing games, but it does include both eye and hand tracking. Now, what I find most interesting about this headset is the fact that they're selling it for $400,000 up front plus a $40 monthly membership for 24 months. Now, this would make the total investment nearly $1,400. So if you wanted to save some money, you could buy it all up front at $1,000. But there are some additional perks in the membership program, like beta software access, plus a trade-in program when they release a new headset. Now, I will say I'm definitely intrigued about this headset. I want to try it out. I'm going to do my best to get my hands on it. Now, obviously, though, I don't do a lot of productivity in VR. It's just not for me, or at least the experience isn't good enough yet. However, maybe with a headset like this, it will be good enough. Or maybe I'll try the headset for things it's not originally designed for, like games. It does allow Wi-Fi streaming or just watching movies and stuff to see what that experience is. $400 up front really is pretty damn awesome for a headset that's this light with such great screens in it. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out. But that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for my daddy.
Good job.
Bye.